Hey y'all, welcome in to another episode of Our Sister's Keeper. It should consist you let us talk TV with. Breaking down episode number 5. I'm about to say, what the hell episode number is this? 5 from season 7 of Tyler Perry's Sisters. Shout out to everybody who was in the chat early. I was in there with y'all. Going back and forth about a few things. Hey Shaquasia, hey Lynn Williams, hey Vaughn C, hey Money Green Tay, hey Roslyn, hey Dee Taylor, hey A Noel, hey Kenny Ford. How you feeling tonight? How are things? Oh, Allie, you on screen? Okay,
Yeah, girl.
okay. Orange Pepper, hey boo, hey boo. Are we all good in reference to audio and everything, y'all? Hey Cheryl D. I also have it so that you guys can, if you want to sound off and actually come on and like audio talk to us, you can come into the live in the Discord and then you just wait in the waiting room and we'll patch you in and get your thoughts so that you can share with us tonight. We're going to open up the floor. Um, is the chat going to be here? Yes, we're going to be talking here. It's only streaming here tonight. But yeah, we're gonna be opening up the floor. And honestly, y'all, Vaughn, I saw that you was like, you can't wait for me and Ellie to go scorch earth. I don't want to disappoint y'all. I really don't want to disappoint y'all. But I ain't got it tonight. I ain't got it to give. I feel like this episode was a dud, which clearly we're gonna go into. But I'm cool as a cucumber, and it could be because one of my best friends is in town visiting, and I've been just having such a great time. I have my members only live right after this, so I'm gonna get that in for January, and then got all the way to the very end. So as soon as I get off of this live, we're going into the members only. So members, keep it locked with me as long as you can hang in there. And I apologize if you're in the chat right now. I got some really special things for February, so I'm gonna make it up to y'all. But I ain't going to scorch earth. I ain't going to scorch earth this week. How you feeling, Allie?
Girl, I may add a little heat, but I ain't gonna scorch nothing.
I mean, I
Um,
feel like you could make
as
up
far
for
as the
what
show is
I ain't going to
concerned.
give.
Girl, I got some choice phrases to say to some choice people. But
mm,
I mean this episode, I must say, I think this is the first time I've ever seen us start in one day and go all the way to the end of another. I don't
yeah.
think I've ever seen that with sisters before. But it was a lot happening in this episode. It was a lot.
But see, what's annoying me? Hey, Kelly Hester Jones. Hey, Boo, welcome in. Hey, Shari P. Um, hey, Janae. Hey, P. Welsh. Um, what bothers me though about that is we got time to actually pass, but nothing really happened. Like it just feels like more of the same, and I'm like, oh, at least for me, y'all. It feels like we have now arrived into a slump. Like the first 3 episodes came in hot, and I don't know why I thought that they were going to be able to sustain this because clearly they can't. And then these last 2 episodes have been kind of like, eh, even the starting it off at the top of the episode with Zach at the salon gave very much so anticlimactic for me. So now I'm just kind of like, okay. I mean, the best thing for
I was
me
so
is
underwhelmed.
you were underwhelmed too.
Yes.
Drop y'all's ratings on a scale of 1 to 10 in the chat of what you thought in reference to the episodes. But for me, my favorite scene of the whole episode was Sabrina and Rich, and that thing was like 2 minutes long, and it came at the 20-minute mark of the episode. Everything else they could have kept it. As far as I'm concerned, what was your favorite scene? Do you have one, Alia, tonight?
Girl. Okay, I'm gonna say two for very different reasons.
Okay.
One was Grayson. Oh my God. The man is gorgeous. I was mesmerized watching him on screen. So
See,
that was one
see,
of my
see,
favorite
friend.
moments.
See, friend. This is
I'm just saying,
why.
friend. I'm just
This
saying,
is
friend. I'm
why
just
we
saying,
as a
friend.
people, because we
I'm
just be so fucking weak in the knees. Stand up.
Baby,
Tyler
he
give us a
was so
finance man and
fine.
we
He
distracted.
was so fine. I said, "Oh My God, Grace. Hey, Grayson is that is a gorgeous man. But actually, one of my favorite scenes of the episode, which is gonna shock a lot of people, was Maurice because I didn't laugh throughout this entire episode
I laugh
until
with
Maurice,
Maurice,
for whatever reason,
baby.
today was just like today was a very trying day for me. So all the laughter
Mm.
was amazing when that man, for whatever reason, when Maurice called that woman a hooker hole, that tickled my spirit like none other. I laughed my behind off for whatever reason. That thing just tickled me.
Listen here, y'all gonna be hearing the
It
word
tickled
hooker
me.
a lot more because the moment that he said it, I said I like that. I ain't heard nobody
I
called the hooker in too long. It's time to bring that one back. I come and handle the
Girl, I ain't
hooker.
heard nobody ever been called a hooker hoe. Who ever been called a hooker hoe?
I
That
love
thing
it.
touched me. I said, baby, it was
And
funny.
didn't
But
he call her
overall,
like
I just
Jimmy
felt
Neutron or some shit? Like he called her so many things. I said
Pinky in the
Maurice is
brain.
in
I
Pinky in
remember
the brain.
everything.
I said Maurice
Pinky
is
in
in
the
rare
brain.
form, and I love it. I love it,
Yes.
and it's wild because like
He
that was
called
like
her,
the. Go ahead.
no, I'm saying he called her a hooker hoe. He called her Pinky at the brain and Little House on the Prairie. Baby, oh,
Hilarious.
it
It
was
was
hilarious.
freaking brilliant.
Yeah.
But the crazy part is Maurice's scenes were most enjoyable when he was off screen because I didn't really like I don't know, so much of the writing of this week's episode was just kind of like, all right now y'all getting real cliche, you getting real draggy. It the scene it just felt very forced. But I love Maurice's humor. He's brilliant. Brilliant comedically.
Yes.
Like loved it.
As someone said last week, it was very Tyler Perry-ish. This felt very heavily influenced by
Yeah.
TP
Yeah.
because some of the things that was done, like you said, the anticlimactic scene, the opening scene, it was just like, I think because we've seen this so many times between Karen and Zach, if you gonna bring it, bring it. If you not, don't put them in any scenes together because what was this?
What the hell was
I
it? Let
was
me get
so
some of these
thrown off.
ratings out
I
real
was so
quick
thrown
before we
off.
go into it. Um Tracy B gives it a 3. Janae gives it a 6 or a 7. Naps for Days gives it a 5. You got Mel Hey Boo gives it a 4 out of 10. Erica James says Danny is a traitor trash. Come on, come on, alliteration. Hooker hoe, traitor trash. Kelly has it gives it a 3. Lynn gives it a 5. Orange Pepper gives it a negative 5. Okay, we in the negatives. Kimberly Felder gives it a 5. Demetria gives it a 5. Oh, y'all all like 5 or 6, honey. Middle of the road. Mimi Loves Peace gives it a 6. Brenda a 5. Linda a 3. The Brown Aesthetic gives it a 0. I would
Mm.
probably give it a. I would probably give this episode a 4. Rosalind gives it a 6. I was just so underwhelmed. I was so bored. At one point, like I said, I have a homegirl that's in town, and she was like, "Are you napping?" Because I was falling asleep. Monica gives it a 2. Eleanor gives it a 5. Sharpie gives it a 5. Money Retail gives it a 2.5. What you give it, Ellie?
A three,
A 3.
a solid 3.
So we're
I'm
gonna
gonna
go
give it a
ahead
solid
and
3.
we're gonna jump in at the top of the episode, but we're probably gonna jump around. I'm gonna drop the
Yeah.
Discord link into the chat because I'm gonna try to get y'all's thoughts. And when we bring you in, um, focus on what we're talking about in the moment, and we can always go back out. Like you can come in and go back out. So we're gonna talk about Zach at the salon right now. If you want to sound off about that, if you want to come on and share your words, then go ahead and click the link and wait in the Discord waiting room. And then once we finish giving our little takes, we'll patch you in. You can give your piece, and then we're gonna move on to the next thing. Okay, let's see how that works. Tam B says I only saw half the show. Yeah, because I was falling a damn sleep.
Mm.
But we open up the episode and what should be just the ultimate like inflection point. We have not seen Zach and Karen in the same scene this entire season. So Duvall and Ebony have an amazing chemistry, have a beautiful working flow that just always jumps off the page or jumps off the screen when they're together. that didn't even feel like, and I get that this is a contentious moment, but they have a bunch of contentious moments. They have nothing but conflict, and it always still feels really like, oh my gosh, it pulls you in. This scene for me, it definitely repelled me because you came here screaming her name, walking up and through the salon, alluding to fraud and burning down the salon for the insurance money, only to, I want a DNA test. Okay, and that's it? That's all you came here for? I want to be in my child's life. Nobody was planning on stopping you. And for me, like, I don't believe that Karen's going to try to keep the kid from Zach, but I would too. Like, if you come here doing this goofy ass shit, I would tell you that too. I would try to figure out what is going to get under your skin the most, and I would say that. So for then us to be set up with this goofy ass scene where he ain't really doing much, Trey gets up, I ain't trying to start nothing. You ain't doing nothing. You ain't, like, what else do you got to say? Nothing? Okay, cool. Like, nobody's saying nothing. Nobody's doing nothing. Zach, you came here for no goddamn reason. You could have came here and did all this shit tomorrow, or you could have sent a damn text, asked to meet at a coffee shop because you can't go to her house because Fatima worried about that you thrown up against another wall. Like, y'all could have did this some other time. It literally gave... You did this for no damn reason, and there's not enough people holding him accountable. This is not a question of if Zach deserved the DNA. It's about if Zach can stop being disrespectful and narcissistic. Everything in life is not about you. Everything don't move because you snap your damn fingers. You are not God's gift to this goddamn earth. If anything, you everybody's goddamn headache, and you getting on my nerves. For him to come in hot the way he did, and then he just standing there all loud, proud, and dumb, I want a DNA test. Okay, and... it's gonna rain tomorrow. Are we just making proclamations for proclamation's sake? Like, boy, if you don't get the... It pissed me off to no end how anticlimactic this damn scene was, because you did all of that for what? And the rest of the episode, I feel like they just doubled down in supporting Zach on a subtle tip. And I know the entire... I didn't get on Twitter, but I know the entire audience is just like, yeah, Karen's just gonna make it so hard. Like, y'all, stop taking this low-hanging ass fruit. Because every single thing that you got to see Karen do in this goofy ass episode was plausible. It made sense. Some people will respond that way, and she not wrong for responding the way that she is, but Zach is wrong for initiating this conflict to begin with.
I agree with you. Those are facts. And of course, you have the people who say, I knew Karen was gonna do this. I knew she was gonna try to keep the child away from Zach. And my thing is this. That saying is like, people don't have an issue with saying what they want to say to you, but the moment you respond, now you the crazy one.
Now you
like
the crazy
that's how
one.
I feel that situation was. That situation was, you came to this woman's grand opening, and I like the fact that you said that, because we've had to say this multiple times over the past week. We have never been against Zach getting a DNA test. The real question is, why has Zach been against getting a DNA test? Karen is 5.5 months pregnant. He could have got a DNA test anytime he wanted to. However, he believed that this was his child, so there was no need to get one. So it has been mind-blowing to me that the blame as to why nothing has been done with this is on Karen, but it's really on Zach. Because he told Aaron he'll find out when he wants to. I guess he didn't want to. Now, all of a sudden, as he stated in this conversation with Karen, I found out about your past. What her past got to do with the present? You got to go way back.
Meanwhile, your past is, I probably should be getting AIDS tested every single day because you done stuck your thing in everything.
Everything.
And you didn't heard about my past, and the person who told you is back there getting drunk off my damn liquor and ain't even running interference. Why was Danny there? If all she was going to do was pop up and do that dumb ass toast or whatever and show that she was drunk, why was she there?
You took the words right out my mouth. That goes back to why I said this felt like Tyler. Because my whole thing was, you're drunk, you're high, you're here because of guilt, and you did nothing. Danny served no purpose in that scene other than, I guess, them showing her downward spiral. I don't know. It was so not unbefitting for her to be there.
It's setting her up to prove that she's actually a trash ass friend, because the only reason why your guilt would have you run to that damn salon, and then when you get there you don't do nothing but get drunk, is because you actually just wanted to see the drama unfold, and you wanted Karen's face to get cracked, and you be there to witness it. That's what it gives to me. Which
Yeah,
is
so
why
it
when
was
we
just
go
so
on throughout
like
the rest of the episode, I have no sympathy. You can sit in here and boo-hoo cry all the hell you damn want to. And this is no shade to women who have experienced domestic violence because I am with you and that shit is not okay. But Daniela gets nothing from me. She gets nada from my ass. Anyway, we back at the
that's how I
salon. I'm
felt
sorry.
too.
I'm sorry.
Okay, well, okay, but that's how I just felt like this scene was just so. I was just disappointed. Um, but when
And
Karen said,
everybody
"I
is
know
standing
your
it
whole,"
down, Ellie. They standing it down like Zach actually did something.
yeah,
Like he made a point. Like, first of all, you could have a DNA test, but can I have my fucking grand opening? Can I have that? Second of all, Karen ain't getting a dime until we get a DNA test. It's been 3 months and she ain't asked you for a dime yet.
oh, we're going to
So
Fatima.
again, it's gonna rain tomorrow. Pam is fine. Like, if we just saying things that we know to be true, let's just throw out a bunch of shit. I said I was gonna be calm. Like,
I felt it would come out once you started talking about it. Yeah, yeah, certain parts.
Allie, I
Yeah,
feel
certain parts.
came in here so zen. I'm so chill. I'm kicking with my homegirl and I'm having a great time. I'm getting to cook all these meals and like just be all domestic because I live alone and I don't get to cook for people and I really love cooking for people. And I'm like just so damn happy. I was able to do some development stuff on a new project, the new television project that hopefully we can get
Good.
like
That's good.
today. I'm like really excited. And so when I watched the episode, I was so underwhelmed. And I'm like, I don't have nothing to give these people. But now I guess you're right. It's coming up out of me after I start talking about these raggedy hoes, these hookers,
Listen, yeah,
these hookers.
yeah. These hooker holes. In the words of Maurice. Yeah, it was a lot. It was. I guess for me, I'm all for a black man standing up for a black woman. When Trey approached the situation, like, I don't want no trouble. In my mind, Zach and Karen's situation wasn't even all that bad. Like it just wasn't. It just wasn't. It just wasn't. So
Yeah,
when
I thought
he
that he
came
would have
up,
got
I
up
just
when
felt
he
like,
did something. Like I thought Zach was gonna do something.
yeah, it was just.
I ain't
But
gonna
Zach is
hold
so
y'all,
immature
but
and
y'all was trying
goofy,
to turn
and
me every which way but loose when I said that no, he's too young. No, this ain't it. But this response of his gave very much so immature. It gave very much so the adults are speaking.
but I'm still here for it, Trey. I'm still here for you, baby. I'm still here for you, boo. Come on in, interrupt them. Come on,
Like
come front and center,
I
baby.
don't want to call it, like what did he even say? He said nothing. He literally said nothing. So you gonna come up here?
He
You got
did.
literally 2 to 3 inches on Zach. You like this presence. You look like I'm you, but younger. I got good knees, and then you gonna say that and leave it like you're not intimidating. What is this? You could have just kept
He
it
should
cute
have stood
on
in his
mute.
face. He should have stood in his face like he
He
stood
didn't
right
even
next to
ask Zach to
Karen. I'm like,
leave.
pivot your body, turn, just turn a little bit, Trey, just pivot a little bit, sir. I said, what is going on right now? What in all the hell is going on right now?
Allie,
It
he should
was
have at
a
least
mess.
asked the boy to leave.
It was a mess. They talked for 45 seconds. Then Miss Lisa come, and I think it was like Karen tried to walk away, and it was almost like she was about to pass out or something. And
Mm-hmm.
he's like, it's his voice for me. I don't know what it is. Trey's voice is so sexy. The actor who plays him, it does something to me. But anyway, that's a whole nother conversation.
This
Well, when
is
she did
Tyler.
her
Tyler
little,
is leaning into y'all's kryptonite. All he think that he can just dangle fine ass men with deep voices in front of y'all, and y'all falling for it. Allie, you got stun up. Go ahead.
oh, I'm standing up in it. I'm standing up on it. I'm standing on business. But he is fine. But it was just like it was pointless for him to do
Yeah.
what he did. Like you did all of I'm like, y'all wrote him to do all of this just for him to go get Karen some water. What are we doing? Then for Miss Lisa to come and escort, I thought I told you to leave and escort him out. That's all I'm like, that's all we got?
They
Please,
didn't even
writers.
give Pam nothing
Hey,
quick with it to say with it.
no, at
Like,
all. At all.
child, Mel, you waiting to speak about about what's going down. Hold on, let me pat you in, boo. We're talking about the salon. Can you hear us, Mel? You're there.
Just stay with it.
Hello,
Hang on.
Mel.
Yeah. Mel, you ain't
Mel.
to think about
You gotta mute the
about what's going
YouTube,
on.
honey, because we're getting a little bit of a feedback and echo.
We're talking about
Not the playback of me. Mel, you there? I'm about to drop you if you don't get on audio, honey. Mel Cunningham, you are patched in, boo. Can you hear us? You're not muted on Discord. Okay. Type in the YouTube chat once you're back in. I'm gonna move you back to the waiting room because you didn't pop on. Okay. And we'll come back. We'll come back and talk about that scene if you want to still share. All right. Tying to that scene. So like, I'm gonna keep it at the salon and I'm gonna keep it at Karen. Oh, it was you? Okay. Is that you? You got Mel? I'm sorry, Mel Cunningham. That was you?
She said, "Wait, is that me?"
Are you back at your phone so that you can sound off? Yeah, I'll put you back in. Mel? No, it's not you. Okay. Well, this Mel Cunningham is going back. Lavian? Lavian? How do I pronounce your name, boo? We're going to patch you in. Lavivian. Lavivian. Oh, that's pretty.
Thank you.
I like that.
Is that how you pronounce it, Lavivian?
Yes. That's how you pronounce it.
Awesome. Hey, boo.
This episode was crazy tonight. It was crazy.
So how you feel about the salon and Zach and Karen, the face off, the first
crazy.
one?
He could have did that. He could have did that at another time.
He really could have.
Yes.
I know he wanted to have one bad, but he could have did that at another time.
And it makes you wonder if he actually really wants this DNA test so daggone bad, because regardless, you're not going to be able to get it in this one moment. Or did you just need to see Karen and you just needed to have some kind of conversation because it's been 90 days and y'all ain't had no run-ins?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anything else on the scene?
Nah, I ain't got nothing else.
All right, boo. I'm gonna move you back to the waiting room. It was just crazy for you.
All right.
All right. So if you want to speak about something else, just pop back in. Or you can hang out in the waiting room. We'll bring you back up. Okay.
All right.
All right. Appreciate you. All right. So, and sticking with the salon, or specifically Karen's storyline. You know what else chaps my ass? Why are we using everybody in Karen's life to now further the agenda of like, Karen, make sure Zach stays in his life or in the kid's life. Karen, you won't be struggling financially if you just give Zach the DNA test. Well, you know, I would actually have the same energy as well. If y'all don't go to hell real quick. If I'm not stopping this boy from being in this person's life. I'm not stopping this boy from showing up. If he really wanted to be in this child's life, regardless of romantic feelings or whether they're still there or not there, regardless of fiance ship or whatever, he would be showing up now. He would be asking me, are you taking your prenatals? Do you need anything? Are you drinking water? He would be able to do those little check-ins now. That type of stuff is what tells you that he actually wants to be in the damn child's life. Because part of it as the mother is actually carrying the child and supporting the mother if you want to support the child. They lost me when they had Miss Lisa say, well, you know, you wouldn't have to borrow money from me if you would just give Zach the DNA test. I said, when the hell 3 + 3 = 92? Cause what, Miss Lisa? What are you talking about? Him giving him the DNA test proving that that's this kid does not equal that now the salon is gonna flourish. What is Zach gonna pay for it? Even if he's financially supporting the child, that's financially supporting the child. And this is your child. So, like, what the hell does that have to do with the price of tea in China? Not a damn thing. Trey, we don't care that you would have the same energy as Zach's goofy ass, because hopefully you would channel that damn energy into a more appropriate time. That's not my goddamn grand opening. So every last one of y'all on this Zach agenda can kiss my ass on your way out. I did not think I had this energy. I thought I was going to be so calm tonight. Maybe I can't be calm.
I knew it was gonna come out. I knew it was gonna come out. Like I'm saying, I said okay, right. But I think we should stay there. Let's park there for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
I think this goes back to something that a lot of people have stated their disdain for how the writers or the direction that Tyler has set from seasons ago as to how they are taking the character or developing the character of Karen.
Mm.
In my personal opinion, this woman is 5.5 months pregnant. It's obvious to me that for the past 3 months, she has had no interaction or communication with Zachary Taylor.
Yep.
The first 3 to 4 episodes, we saw Zach totally into the concept of Zach Jr. being his baby. So much so that he told his fiance, I know this might hurt you. I know you might not like it, but basically, this is something that you're going to have to learn to accept because this is my child. Point blank, period. That's what it has been. And now we're having all of these lectures as if Karen is a child that don't let him be in the child's life. Miss Lisa, when she walked out the door, I said, don't bring her back. Because I'm trying to understand.
If this is all she giving, don't bring her back, because this not her mother.
No, don't bring her back.
This
mom.
her whole
And my
mother.
whole thing is, when we talk about biases, when we talk about, like, to me, life isn't fair, and I get that. But when I see writers intentionally making a character, you're trying to make her unlikable. You're trying to put all this back. Like, to me, it's team too much, and it's been team too much. Now we've had Pam, we've had Zach, we've had Miss Lisa, and Tenderoni Trey. I like you, but your commentary was not needed on this matter. So we've had 4 people in the matter of 7 minutes to tell Karen she needs to do better, get a DNA test, and let this man be involved. Why should she have to yield? Because now you want to be involved so much, and not even that, you trying to prove something to Fatima, who I'm gonna call her doubting Thomas in the Bible. Because why every time Zach say something about this child, you gotta throw seeds of doubt to him every single time. But I deal with that chick when we get to that scene. But I didn't like that at all. I thought it was hypocritical. I thought it was Karen again. It's almost like Karen having to apologize again for something she didn't do.
For something that she didn't do,
Something she
apologizing for
didn't do.
basically existing. And, like, when I tell you I'm paying y'all dust for that whole bias conversation, because if it's me, Allie, and the riders over here on both our channels, and that's it, then that's going to be what it's going to be when it comes to Karen, because this show has no problem with seemingly taking any of her allies as if she doesn't need any, but everybody else gets to have people in their corner. Everybody else get to have people riding for them. And yes, Karen is a strong character. She's strong enough to face any obstacle, but she should not can have to. What y'all not finna do is take Pam from her, because we holding on by the skin of our chinny chin chin with this one good friend. And for me, it's like, how could I get you? It's not a character that you prefer, maybe even you hate, but you gotta objectively see how the scales get tipped in other people's direction, and your fave might benefit from it, but then you can't find no empathy or grace for the character that is at the losing end of the tipping of the damn scales. Put some respect on Karen Mott's name, because even in this, she didn't even default back to, which I'm going to give credit to. And I think it's really great that you brought it up. I'm glad that you did, because we have people in our audience who reaches out to us and we have conversations with. I've had quite a few in the last week, and I apologize because I am so busy and trying to create so many videos. I'm not able to give as much attention as I used to to one-on-one conversations, which is why I'm like pushing the Discord, which is why I'm like, y'all get in the Discord and start talking, because I will pop in there throughout the day and I will sound off and I will jump in on your threads. But there's also other people who feel like you do, and there are a lot of people who are just very, very emotionally tied to the trajectory of Karen as a character, and they're very scared. There apparently there's writers in these Twitter spaces after the episodes proclaiming that they team Fatima, and that's pissing people off, and I can understand why. I'm not faulting you for that. And then it's clear of like you see them like adjusting the allyship and throwing little things in there. But what I have told a couple people this week is like, nobody is going to do anything to Karen that's going to make me change my perception of her. I have already had 6 seasons of ingrained, this is who this character is, good, bad, or indifferent. I know who she is. So even in the little propaganda that decided to happen in this episode behind pushing Zach and like, oh, don't keep the baby from Zach, I saw Karen remain in her character. I saw her not regress back and lose her damn mind, because I would have been trying to put your ass on a t-shirt. Y'all see this rah-rah energy right here. Let me be pregnant. Somebody look, I'm going to put your ass on a t-shirt. She ain't do that. See? She still is in a reflective space. Even being able to ask her mom for help. And then to be met with her mom telling her, well, you know, you wouldn't need my help if you would just lean on Zach. She could have lost it with that, because I'd have lost it. Did I ask you to tell me to go another? But those are the seeds and those are the things that we can hold on to. Because at its core, the writers can't destroy that. At its core, the humanity that Ebony Obsidian breathes into the Karen Mott character, it transcends whatever's on the goddamn page, in my opinion. So I'm going to stand on that.
Those facts.
Ciao. I saw somebody pop
I think a lot of the reason why.
Go ahead, Ellie.
No, I was saying, I think one of the reasons why Karen really didn't meet Zach's energy is because she was very aware as to where this was coming from. It got Fatima all over it. This is her. And I was like, she ain't lying. This is what Fatima wants. Fatima wants proof. And my whole thing is, Zach was like, no, it is. I mean, Danny definitely added that battery that I guess he needed to go there on her grand opening. But I'm like, you are doing this because you're trying to appease your fiance who desperately does not want this child to be yours. Period. Michael, that's okay because Zach had no type of emotional connection with Heather. But for Zach to have a baby with Karen, that's completely different. So I can only imagine Fatima probably praying every night
and
that baby ain't his.
There's because I sit down and I'm very grateful that this is my job and I get to do this. I get to have the privilege to have the time to do this. There are so many videos that y'all have not seen because I jot down my thoughts and I just let my thoughts go and I journal how I'm feeling and like what I see and all of that. And that's where my videos come from specifically. When I tell you I had a video in the chamber that I refuse to release because while I'm struggling with the Fatima character, I do want to be very careful about the media I create when I'm discussing Black women, fictional or not, right? The video, I wanted to really explore if Fatima is so gung-ho about Michael specifically because Heather is seemingly unfit and she can step in and assume the role of mother. And it's not actually about Michael, but it's about her taking over that child's life and being this pseudo mom in that space. Because yes, I understand it's complicated when it comes to Zach and Karen, but it really doesn't make any sense how you go from finding out that Karen is pregnant and you know what, it happens, life, you know, it's no big deal, to now I just need to know you can't get a trust fund, she ain't getting a dime, this, that, and the third. But then you flip the other coin and then, oh, well, I'm looking for schools and therapists for little baby Michael. Would you have the same energy if Heather was viable to be around, whether Zach has feelings for her or not? Like something is sick and twisted is happening. And I didn't want to actually like introduce that into the conversation around that character. But that's what it feels like to me. And also I try to check myself. Like I do try to be considerate of like, yo, are you just biased because you don't like this character right now? Specifically with Danny. That's the number one question I ask myself before I create a video about Danny. Is this a bias? When it's Fatima, I don't care, or I'm very indifferent because I stopped rooting for the character. I stopped
Mhm.
hoping for anything, but I'm also not rooting against her. But now I'm just like,
Right.
yo, it feels like something else is here. And you might have a therapist, but maybe you're not having the right conversations because something is fucking off about this.
That is a great point. And if you have done the video, I mean, I feel like you should release it because I think it's giving a different perspective. I don't think it's a like a bashing. I don't know what all your what's all in the video, but I think that is a great perspective to have because we went from literally Fatima being okay with the fact that Karen was pregnant with Zach's child
Mm-hmm.
when Zach told Fatima that he wanted to get full custody of Michael. Fatima basically told him she wasn't ready for that. Like she didn't want that. You already knew the type of lifestyle that Heather lived, so the way that you saw Michael wasn't so far fetched. You know what I'm saying? You already knew the environment that he was in. We've gone from that to you taking complete control over this over the situation, and it's so interesting that you said the type of video that you had because as I was watching tonight's episode, and I'm jumping, and excuse me, we get to the scene to where, after everything that happened and Zach is telling Fatima what, transpired at the salon. And she was like, well, I know she ain't put her hands on you. And I was like, if she did, what were you going to do?
But also, why do we
What?
even go there?
Help me
Why is that?
understand. Exactly. And that's my thing. So when you was talking about the controlling of the situation, my thing is why did number one, why did your mom go there? And number two, when Zach made the statement like, well, it already ruled Aaron out, so there's like no other possibility. And he was like, she felt like I was calling her like a slut. And Fatima made this face like, and she is. And I'm thinking, you are so it's becoming to me like I'm like obviously I want to punch people in their throat. Like I really want to punch on her throat because it's getting to the point. Just don't say nothing to this man about this baby. That's actually it's none of your business. It's him and Karen's business. Whether it's his or not, you'll find out later. Like just the insertion of everything. Like fall back.
I
Every
literally
time that
thought
man bring
about
up that
you watching
child,
this. Yep.
but you really don't know. Even at the next morning at the table. I mean, he was like, I want to be in both of my kids' life. Well, we still trying to figure out if the other seed is yours. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong time. Really, you lacking emotional intelligence now, Fatima? Really? Okay.
I literally thought of you while watching this. I was like, Allie is right. She needs to get some goddamn business of her own. Because even the whole, like, I know I'm not supposed to ask you this, but, Karen, like, can you
Oh,
talk to her
girl.
to say what? Say what? And even Karen mentioned her, like, I know where this came from because you came to her physical space and got in her face about it. Karen has moved on. She is not worrying about you. She's not running around here making everything about you. You cannot keep Karen's name out your mouth. Like, girl, do you need a drip? Do you need a prescription? What do you need? Because, god damn. It is making Fatima so unattractive as a character to watch her flail like this with this pseudo obsession about a woman who is now not even giving you any reason to act crazy. And it's so
No
interesting
innocence.
to me because nobody wanted to hold her accountable because Karen is the only crazy one. Now Karen has not left that damn salon or her apartment, and y'all can see Fatima still behaving the same way that she was behaving when Karen was doing what she was doing. And yeah, she was a part of the problem. It was not ever just Karen.
Yeah. That thing just girl, that scene, oh my
Hold on
God.
real quick.
Well
Let's
before
let's let Janae in real
okay,
quick.
okay. Oh, okay, come on, Janae.
Janae, I'm so sorry. You were waiting for a bit. Can you hear us? Hey Janae, you on with us?
Oh, hey.
How are
Yep.
you?
Hey Janae.
I'm good. I was actually just going to really touch on Allie's point with Fatima is really stressed out about Karen because she know at one point Zach really was in love with that woman. So if
Mm-hmm.
that's his baby and he already had a love connection with that woman, that scares the hell out of her. Like with the other little boy, I think his name is Michael. It's
Mm-hmm.
like a jump off. So it was like she know, like with that situation, it was like, oh, that was just a jump off. So you got a baby, okay? We could take care of the baby. That's cool. But with Karen, it's like it's a little bit deeper than that, and she's scared that when that baby comes, and it is Zach's or could be Zach's or whatever the case may be, that's gonna make him look at Karen a little bit different, and it's making her very insecure and nervous.
Mm.
Yeah. Where you from, Janae?
Brooklyn.
I love your accent. I knew you was from New York. I was like, I love her accent. I think that is. I agree with you 100%. And I was talking to somebody over Instagram about this exact situation, and what I told them was, I just want Fatima to be honest. I want her to say, I don't want Karen's baby to be your baby because that's
Yep.
gonna hurt me. That's gonna make me feel like there's a possibility that you might leave me for her. And I think that's the disconnect that I have. One of the disconnects that I have with the character of Fatima, because everything that you stated, Janae, that's exactly what's going on. But Fatima just refused to say it. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
chick, we know you're human, but say it and stop making it seem like you're just Karen is just the most horrible person or she's scheming trying to get Zach money. No, you're scared. You're scared. And it's
Yep.
okay, but say it.
That part.
Yeah, but that was just my little 2 cents. Like I was gonna say it, but you already kind of ate that up when you said it. Because when you said it, I was like, that's the first time somebody said it out loud. Like, yes, she's scared. Like
Yeah.
she's scared.
Yeah.
And I guess I wish that they would show her scared, I guess, in a better way. Like what you're
Yes.
saying, Allie. Like,
Yes.
you're saying, you want her to be honest. Well, ultimately, it's like the writers need to honor that fear. I think it's
Mm-hmm.
just such a turn off to like watch her seemingly be invincible about everything and nothing ever gets to you, but then you have little petty ass moments. But if nothing ever gets to you, then how the hell are you petty? Like those two things don't actually align. And it was so many people in the comment section of my videos last week that was just like, well, Fatima never told him to go to the salon in the grand opening to confront Karen. And I'm like, he called her on the way there and she was cheesing like a damn Cheshire cat, excited that he validated her in that moment about this specific thing and said he was going and she
Yes.
did not say not to. That would show secure, like that would show, you know, I'm actually stronger than everybody and everything because I don't need you to do that. I don't need you to go running behind. And as y'all were talking, what was coming up for me was like, Fatima girl, it's fine to be scared. It's fine to be nervous. It's fine to be insecure. All of that is normal. But quiet as kept, you're shooting yourself in the foot because they haven't seen each other in 3 months and you're basically pushing him to see her. I would much rather you try to keep his ass home. I would much rather you try to do things on your own to like overcompensate for the fact that she's about to have this man's child and you want him to focus more on you or whatever you got going on in that household and whatever y'all are building. It just makes you look extra stupid when you're steadily focusing on Karen, but you're not doing anything that's actually within your control. People trying to control that's literally outside of their control don't give secure, honey. So like that's the part where Allie's like, just be more honest because it's like you're not even trying to really be strong. You're running around here, big bad Tima, but then you're not even thinking your damn through. Like, control the world that you got. You should be. Zach should have a packed ass schedule. He should his honey to do list should be just stacked every damn day so that he don't even have no time to think about a trust fund. Like, I feel like that is a much stronger choice from a writing perspective to conflict with, the pending Karen's babies coming and I could be possibly replaced. You know? The whole like just
Yeah,
keeping Karen's name in
absolutely.
her damn mouth is just at this point it's so annoying, it's redundant, it's repetitive, and I can't. I would love to be freed of it.
They just married to making Fatima a super thug. Like I don't understand. Like you got feelings. It's all right.
Yeah.
This is a lot. It's a
Yes,
one time. He come with a lot. Be honest about that. You come with a lot. This is a lot for me. I love you, but this is a lot for me. It's
Yeah.
okay to say that. It's weird when you try to act like everything's cool, 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 and then everybody paints this picture. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Fatima. I'm not a Fatima hater, but every time they always point out everything that Karen do, but they don't never point out that every time Fatima get Andy, she talking about Karen.
Every single
every
time.
time.
And I am weary, child. I am so damn weary. I don't want to hear it no more. Like I really don't. It's a
I don't
complete
know,
and
but
utter turnoff.
that
What do you
was
say?
just my little 2 cents. I don't want to hold y'all, but that was just my little 2 cents.
Thank you, boo. I
Thank
appreciate it.
you.
If you
No
want to
problem.
sound off again, feel free to pop back into the waiting room and we got you. I appreciate you adding your thoughts.
All right.
Yeah, Ellie, what she said. At
What
this
she
point,
said,
they
what
they
Janae
bore my
said.
ass. Huh?
No, I was saying yes. What Janae said. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, at this point, they
And I
bore
think
my
the
ass
thing
so
too
much
that
with
gets
her.
me.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, 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 going back to what you were saying about the thing with Andy is that I've noticed ever since season 3, when Fatima, for the most part, 95% of the time, when she's about to approach Andy concerning Karen, it's always, I know I shouldn't be talking to you about Karen. I know you said you didn't want to talk about it. I know I probably shouldn't be sharing this with you. It's always, you always got to preface it with that.
And yet here
So
we
I really
are.
don't want to talk to you about it. I said, yes, the hell you do. You
Mm-hmm.
do. That's why you're doing what you're doing. I actually made a video a long time ago about that entire dynamic, that situation. And I'm like, Fatima, I don't like people that do that, but girl, I know I shouldn't be talking to you about it. That's my friend. You're right. You shouldn't be. Now I will give it. Now Andy normally don't say Jack. I was surprised that she even said what she said today, but we'll pause until we get there.
Yeah, we can pause because I ain't giving her shit. Oh, I'm paying Andy's ass
I'm gonna give
dust
a.
as well.
I'm gonna give a look.
Uh,
I'm gonna give a.
y'all gotta get y'all's fave some business, y'all. Quiet as kept. Y'all gotta get y'all's fave some business. She just every single week she continues to look like a damn bird, and it's my fault because it's like every week I'm like maybe this week she gonna realize that she doing goofy stuff and she's gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm not moving this way no more, and she gonna go back to not being a bird. But it's like, no, Erica, release this. She has always been a bird. The first part was a lie. You fell in love with a character that was lying to everybody. Now she's being truthful, and you just gotta live with it. It's unfortunate. It's annoying. It's boring as hell, but it is what it is. If I gotta watch the way that they say "I love you so much," it's like, who are y'all trying to convince?
Each other
Zamissa
because I
Point,
don't
I don't
believe
even
it.
know if I pronounced it right, but they said they can't accept that she's moved on. They bond over Karen drama. If you're in a relationship and you and your fiance's deepest bond is y'all's obsession with his ex, you need a new fiance, babes. You need a new fiance. But it very much so gives that. They very much so bond over the drama that Karen brings. She's the center of their
What
world,
was
living
it?
rent free in their head.
Literally.
Fatima's giving female Gary at this point. Ooh,
Ooh,
ooh. I
wow.
mean,
That's a concept.
that's a
Mm,
concept. I mean,
mm.
season 1 Gary, I won't say she giving season 7 Gary, because season 7 Gary,
Oof.
7 Gary's on some other but season 1 Gary, the warm up, I can see what you putting down. Angela said Fatima is
Yeah.
showing why she should have been a few episodes because she doesn't have depth to her character. She really does not.
She
She
doesn't.
really does not. Their love of Crystal is what's keeping Fatima on our screen because the character it's
It's not
Aside from
giving.
controlling Zach, is
It's very
basically
different.
useless at this point. She has nothing going on for herself.
Yeah. We trying to get them out the way. We trying to get their stuff all done
I
before
don't
we
even
move
know,
on.
child. We can go ahead on
Well,
because I also want to wrap this up quick and get to my members only lives. This is not. I'm about to
right.
piss this dust too because
Yeah.
this episode was not
Because I
it.
want
It
to.
just really wasn't.
It wasn't it. But I like what Danielle just said. But she was like, how did Fatima Bird ass assume Zach didn't cause a scene? Why did she act so shocked?
Girl, see, Erica,
I
you
said
are a fraud, honey. You are a fucking fraud. Because the way that just sent me. Go ahead, Ellie. Yes.
No. I was like, when Andy was like, "Oh, you mean when Zach came and caused a scene?" The look on Fatima's face as if she was utterly appalled that Karen would make such a statement about Zach. I said,
And you're
baby,
standing on business on what you were told. You weren't even there. She was talking like she was there. He ain't do that. He ain't
yes,
do. Girl, you goofy. And he's done it
more
before.
bird
So what would
behavior.
stop him tonight? She's such a bird,
Yeah.
Allie. She's such a bird. Oh my god. And then,
Yeah.
like you said, assuming that Karen said it and it turned out to be Danny. Oh, yeah. Oh, Danny, let's see how chill she is now.
Yes.
When you running on a different narrative about her man, let's see how chill she is about that.
Did
Oh,
she
alright.
say figures? Was she like figures? I said, oh, figures, not the woman who you willing to throw 20 years of friendship away for. You've only chilled with Fatima 3 times in 6 months. Not that chick. Saying figures. Oh, figures. Oh. Mm-hmm. Fatima cool. Fatima, she easy. She okay. 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 Yep.
All you hoes, all you hookers are a joke. Every last one of you hookers are a joke.
Oh my god.
And it's no shade to sex workers because I respect sex workers, but hookers, I'm rolling with that one.
Do you do? Maurice is corn. You hook a hoe. I like the way that roll off the tongue. I love that. I do.
Like, Fatima got a beef for real. Andy even asking her, what are you doing here? I was like, don't she work there?
That was
But
Andy
because
Will
she's
saying,
never
"Girl,
doing no
what
damn work, and now Andy
did
getting
you?"
on the fast track, she says she want to be partner, so she trying to do some work. So now she asking Fatima, girl, what you want? I ain't got no time right now.
Oh my god!
Even Andy know Fatima ain't
I'm
doing
gonna
a motherfucking thing in there.
I'm gonna tell you why that scene tickled me so much. When Andy said, "What you doing here?" I had to pay close attention to the background. I said, "Ain't she at work?" I had to really pay because it
She
was
was definitely
the
at work.
funniest question. What you doing here? Like, girl, I got things to do. I really do.
She know
That
that
scene was
Fatima
so
always
funny.
coming with some tea that don't nobody need. I think that Hayden got something going on. He was coming out of the partner's office with a file. Cause he's at work. He's doing work. Go take your dumb ass on somewhere. What are we talking
You
about?
should be doing, ma'am. Girl, when I did my review last week, I said they have done nothing more than turn Fatima into a glamorized messenger at that law firm. That's all she do. Andy, I saw Hayden coming out the bathroom. Andy, Hayden went to the file cabinet and got a whole pack of sticky notes. Andy, you might want to find out what Hayden up to. Fatima, baby,
I
I
think
can't.
he up to something.
I
He had a
can't.
file in his hand, and you know us black folk don't do no works around here. Like what?
Oh god.
She gotta
Oh
go.
my god. Oh, that thing.
Fatima,
That
don't
thing
come back
tickled
here
me.
until you got some business because, girl, what? And Andy was focused this episode. I said, okay, at least the writers gave me that. I said,
She
y'all gonna have to show her
was.
doing some goddamn work because this partnership is going to elude her. And she even telling her assistants, girl, I ain't got no time to kick in here. I got the case right here for Zach, but I'm also working on this. Don't trip. What you want?
Andy didn't crack a smile. Andy was not playing. She
She
was
was not
not playing. She
playing.
was
She
so
said it's game
serious.
time. And
She
you
was so
fun for some
serious.
brunch in the
Oh my
Kiki.
god.
You good for being my henchwoman, but I gotta get some actual business done. So you're not useful in this part because you ain't really about no
Oh
big
my god.
business. Do you know what was in the file? No, you just know that he had a file. So you don't even know what case he on, so I could try to sneak it. So you ain't even doing nothing to help me. Actually, you telling me this information because it's very much so given like your partner coming in here. I want a DNA test. Okay, and I want egg and cheese on
Okay.
rye. Like what? He didn't have a file in
Hmm.
his hand coming out of our conference room. Okay. Girl,
Call
what
me
the
when you
fuck?
get home. Okay. That's exactly what that was given. Friday. Mm-hmm.
Literally. But okay, we can move on.
I said, baby, I can't. Okay, okay, what's next? You wanna go to Danny's therapy?
You
You
could
wanna
go to
touch on
Danny's
that a little
therapy,
bit?
but I don't give a good goddamn about her or that damn therapy chair
Um,
or the 6 tears that fell out of her eyes. I don't want what happened to happen to any woman, and I understand that that could be very hurtful. And yeah, you can hide it, but I'm still paying your ass dust because it's no damn excuse for you to be a trifling shit individual. That's all I got.
well that pretty much sums that up. Okay, next. Um,
Wait, what you want to say about Danny and this damn
girl,
therapy?
I didn't have nothing to say. It was just next on my notes. Um,
I just said
I
what?
mean,
Well, okay, you
I
reveal it,
was
but like, what
watching.
does it mean? That's it. Like, Carisha, you ain't gonna say nothing after she says it.
That's what my disconnect was. That's all I was like. I really didn't. It was just the next thing that happened, like on my notes, because I'm like, okay, she's here. She's revealing this information, which I do not want to make light of anybody, as you stated earlier, who has ever been in an abusive relationship, domestic violence, or anything like that. And she's telling her story. She's crying. And, she was kind of like, that was a memory that I kind of, suppressed or whatever, but, now it's coming back. I think for me, I would have enjoyed the scene more if Carisha would have been like, okay, let's talk about the men in your life. If Danny would have said, no, we'll get to that, but I actually want to talk about something I revealed about my friend to her ex, and I know it's gonna hurt her. Let's deal with that. The men in Danny's life, we got nothing from it. To me, Danny's scenes in this episode meant nothing. The way she was at that salon meant nothing. It was pointless. Even this therapy session, it proved what it proved. Like I'm not. It proved what for her to leave. What was the purpose of us finding out she was in a abusive relationship? And then when she talked about, I'm surprised I couldn't see the darkness in him. When they showed that preview, a lot of people were telling me they thought it was Jonah, and I didn't think it was about Jonah because my thing is, you were trying to have a hot girl summer. You weren't functioning in discernment. You were just trying to get sexual gratification, so you wouldn't have seen the darkness in him because that wasn't your intent. You
You
wasn't trying
can't
to
see the
see
darkness
anything
in
past Jonah other than
anybody.
his penis.
You can't see anything in
Exactly.
anybody if you meet them at the airport in hour 3 of the day, and then by 9 p.m. he's in your bed, honey. And again, it's no
Yeah.
shade to the hoes. Do yo do. Go to go. Do what you gotta do, honey. But also understand that there's consequences to that if you're not intentionally looking for something deeper, especially if you had a past of that. And for me, it just feels very piecemeal of like this sob story that they're about to put together for this girl because okay, you were abused and you forgot about it, but you that now propels you to objectify yourself with men and constantly put yourself in danger consistently, and then you didn't remember it the moment that you actually experienced the abuse again, but you remember it 4 months later in a therapy session when just asked a simple question, but then you don't want to talk about anything else further, and we don't want to tie it to any other things except for Jonah.
Jonah. Yeah, that scene just felt like It's like okay. I see where y'all going, but the ball was dropped because, as you stated, who knows how many abusive relationships she's been in. She only told us about the first one, which is what happened in college. And then I'm looking at Danny's patterns, and I understand when you're not healed from certain things, you can repeat the same things over and over again. But in that session, why we didn't bring up Q? These are people that you don't know who you are inviting into your safe haven, into your home, who can abuse you when you've already experienced this. So you just willingly let any man come into your house, whether you've known them for a long time or not. Well, you didn't know for a long time, but that's your pattern. It was just, I just felt like that scene was, I believe it could have been extremely powerful, and it should have been powerful.
But it
It just
wasn't.
wasn't for
It
me.
didn't
It
land.
just wasn't for me.
And it didn't land when she
It,
takes her
it
ass
really
back to
didn't.
work and she's sitting in Tony's office talking to Sabrina. And then you
That was
sat in his
a
office just to tell him you wasn't going to go to lunch with him. You could not have texted him this. You
that was
rushing
a
back to
wasted
work
thing.
now after you were just sitting in his office. It
Yeah,
just doesn't make any sense.
it
And we're
doesn't make
trying to
sense. And you
build
know
up
what
the
I thought
whole,
about
oh, I
too?
run and I put up walls. Then you would have been avoiding this man. He would have been like trying to track you down in the airport. Not you sitting
Yeah,
in his office, literally looking like you were waiting for him for quite a while. Only to be like, yeah, I don't want to go
yeah.
to lunch. Like, girl, okay. Do your thing, 21. Do your thing.
But but you know what it also made me think about too? How everybody was getting on Karen when Andy was about to marry Gary. And it made me think about that moment because I'm like, wait a minute. So if um Danny had all these abusive relationships, you were okay with your friend marrying someone who you clearly knew put hands on her, other than Karen, she gotta do what she gotta do. My whole thing was, if you were someone that got abused and you by, or you dealing with that, you better watch your friend who man abuses her in every form of fashion. You gonna be like, look, sis, ain't no way. Like, the energy would have been different. So now making this Danny story, it just seems like,
Well,
okay, this is another character that I'm gonna put the pity on, and y'all feel bad for her in this moment.
I
That's
don't
how
know,
I felt
friend.
about it.
I don't know if it would have been
That's
different
how I
energy
felt.
because Danny is also navigating a very jealous spirit. Like, she's a very deeply jealous soul.
That's true
So I
too.
don't think
That's
that
true
her
too. That's
issue
true
is
too.
like, oh, I don't want people to be abused. I feel like she don't mind her friends going through everything that she went through, because while she might feel like she should not have went through it, she's not going to stand up against it for you, because she kind of wants the playing field to be level. And that is, to me,
That's true.
mirrored in how she speaks about Karen. Like, she really is just trying hard to knock Karen down a peg or two. And now we're unfortunately going to be ushered into her past to know all of the terrible things that happened to her, which I guess is going to explain why she hopes for terrible things to happen to her friends. And I hate that for her. That makes 110% sense of why you are going to be okay with Gary. You're going to laugh and kiki and joke and kind of be like, yeah, girl, leave that man alone. But low key, you want her to go through the trenches with this man. Low key, you are okay with her marrying him, because guess what? I got knocked upside my head. So what's the difference in you? You ain't no better than me. Girl,
That
that
makes
just
sense.
makes it
That
even
makes
worse,
sense.
honey. It really just
Yeah,
makes it
and
worse.
it
I
does.
don't have nothing for
It does.
Daniela. I got nada for you, hoe. Hooker, hoe.
But you're right, because as soon as you were talking, I instantly thought about Calvin, how she knew Sabrina really liked Calvin, and for whatever your own issues, you didn't want this girl with that man, and you did everything in the world to mess that up. After she
And then
told you
turn
how she
around and
felt
sleep with a
about him,
bisexual yourself. And no shade to the
girl,
bisexuals, but if we're having a conversation around Sabrina
none.
can't be with Calvin because he bisexual or gay, and then girl, Daniela, go to hell. Go to hell, girl.
Yes, yes, rolled that girl for what, 3 seasons with Calvin, only for you to turn around and get with Q, the gay for pay man. Okay,
Mm-mm. That therapy
okay.
session did not move me one bit. Daniela is nasty business. She is a diabolical hoe, and now we done. She's out of chances. She's out of get out of jail free cards. It's gonna take a miracle. to resurrect her for me.
Girl, I feel you. You want to get to your favorite person?
Who? Who's my favorite person?
Rich.
Mm, this man makes me so mad.
Oh,
But I
girl, he
get
irritated me
it.
this episode. I
I
can't
get
even lie.
it. That's what
I
makes me
mean,
so
hey,
mad, though. I get it. Fuck. Go ahead.
yeah,
You go first, Ellie.
yeah. Well, I thought it was so funny that Sabrina walked in there and hey man, he was so excited to talk about his, opening up his new location, and Sabrina was like, I have some news of my own. I'm gonna freeze my eggs. I was like, what is he about to say?
I was seated,
When that
okay?
man said, when that man said, yeah, I think you should. Because if you and I don't work out, you still should have the opportunity to be a mother. I said, dang,
I was
Sabrina,
so hot.
do
But he didn't
not
say nothing
pass
wrong per
go.
se.
He
I
did
was so
not. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. You need to get the hell up out of Dodge. But you know what though? I respect Rich because I was looking at the episode where they first were introduced to each other. Rich made it very clear that him nor Tony wanted to get they would never get married again.
he did?
So these are he did because I watched the episode.
Mm.
I was looking for something specific, and he was like, I think Sabrina asked him about like they like you got girlfriends or something like that. Are y'all married? He was like, no, we both divorced, and we'll never do that again. So they don't want to get
Mm.
married. In addition, Rich does not want to have children. And I mean, what can you do when somebody has placed their cards on the table? Sabrina, what you gonna do with that? Because
But
he's not
he's
being
so
deceitful.
fine and they look so good together. He was so happy when she came through that damn door. And my
He
heart broke
was.
for her. And I'm like mad at him because, sir, what the really? You have all of this that you're looking forward to. You're basically your entrepreneurship is your babies, and then you're like, I got you. If it's entrepreneurship, if you want to open a business, I got you. And then the
I got
moment that
you.
she says what she really like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. The air is sucked out of the room. The vibe is completely different, and it's just like, why, Sabrina? You got to go. And the crazy thing is, it's like you really can't be mad at him because he's being honest. He's being open. He's being forthcoming. However, I don't know. Maybe part of me wants him to break it off with her because you are not going to change your mind. And you saying that maybe one of y'all would change as it goes on, you are very clear that you are never changing your mind. She has no opportunity to show you the brighter side of Sears and bring you into this white picket fence, 2 kids, and a dog life. So let her go. But they look so good
Yeah,
together.
you don't want to. But that was like really when that man said, "Because if you and I don't work, you should have the opportunity to be a mom." I said, "Wow, wow."
It was a lot.
With
That's why it
that
was the best scene.
information,
They were both so dropped in. Monty,
it was, it
Monty, the way
was,
he was moving them damn blueprints, and Sabrina, like Novi was tapped in. That was my
it
favorite scene of the
was.
entire episode. It felt the most real, the most fully actualized. Even like an exit in the scene when Sabrina walks out and you can see him in the back, like after he goes and sees about these clients because it's busy. He takes a
Mm,
moment. He like throws his head back and he's just like, ugh. And
like,
it's
what
like
did
you
I
can
do?
see he's grappling with that, and it's like that makes it worse because you're really not trying to be a dickhead. Like you're really, it's so hard. Why does life get so hard sometimes?
It does. You know what I think too? I think and I've had a situation not like this, but I've definitely had a situation where I started seeing this guy, and I really liked him, but he was in a transitional part of his life where some old things were falling off of him, and he was beginning to look at life in a very different way, in a better way. And I
Mm-hmm.
knew that I would be a distraction to his growth. And I really liked that the best thing to do at that time was to leave him alone. And I have always stated, regardless of how hard it is for me, I will always do what I believe is best for that other person, even if I have to deal with the brunt of the hurt. And I think in this
Mm.
situation with Sabrina and Rich, they you only 3 months in. You're not really that deep in it yet. Somebody needs to pull out. Somebody needs to say, "Hey, we both want two totally different things. It is not going to work." And before it gets any heavy, I'ma just bow out gracefully, and I wish you nothing but the best. But we still are human and we have our selfish reasons for holding on, you know what I'm saying, to things. So to me, this is such a realistic situation because even though it is crappy, it's real. Who wants to let go of a good thing, even if it, you know what I'm saying, goes against something that you say you want? That's a hard thing to do. That ain't gonna front. That's a hard thing to do.
It's very hard, and that to me was is what made like this the best scene of the whole entire episode. It's so layered, it's so real, and it's
Yeah,
not clean cut. Like we're all screaming for Sabrina to run, but it's also like 10%, 15%. You understand why she hasn't yet, because it
yeah,
probably feels
absolutely.
good. He probably like I'm starting to see more of his personality, which I appreciate. Like this whole little entrepreneurial beat, and like he got dreams of like two locations before the end of the next year. It really did a lot to like start to ground out who the hell Rich is and how he moves and all of that. Um, and it feels like we still need to see them engage a little bit more in just like regular life. Like I would love to see a regular grocery store run with them. Like Sabrina's always at the damn grocery store. It's like him going to the grocery store and like knowing what she likes. Like I feel like he's that guy. So how could you just like walk away from a person who probably checks every last box except for this one? But you gotta do it. You gotta
You
do it,
gotta do
Sabrina.
it.
You
You
gotta
gotta
do it.
do it.
I ain't even gonna hold you. If the sex is amazing, I mean, girl, maybe you don't have to walk away completely, but you tell them like I'm dating other people because I need to find a father for my kids. Is that messy?
No, she need to go cold turkey because if the sex, because this is the reality for some. Sex is like Velcro. It keeps you stuck,
It is. It is,
especially when it's
child.
good.
Had
Especially
me
when
swooning
it's
over a
full,
man with the personality of a thumb.
girl. So there's just some people. So there's just some people you just got to let go
That is
and don't deal
true.
with them on any level. Any level.
That is true, child. Cause amazing sex, it's a mind. It's a mind.
It is.
Ain't no else. I actually feel
It
like poor
is.
Sabrina right now. So do I. I really do too.
I know.
Cause she
Because she
does
really
deserve
had, he
happiness.
genuinely cares. She does. And he genuinely does care about Sabrina.
But also, Sabrina,
So,
can we get a little bit more backstory into what is propelling her into this desire for motherhood right now? Because before this, we didn't get to hear her talking about it. And I'm like, is it because Karen is pregnant? Now you seeing babies
yeah.
everywhere, and now you want to have one of your own? Like, girl, what you want is what you want. So I'm not shading what you want, but also, why do you want it right now?
We need to know because you know how Tyler would drop little nuggets about these women. So, we found out that Sabrina was taking care of her mother financially. But when Calvin lost his father, Sabrina talked about how she knows what it's like to lose someone. I think she was talking about her grandmother. Like, I don't know all the dynamics, but it makes me wonder, like, was she raised by her mom? Do she just take care of her mother financially? They may not have a relationship, but does she just do her due diligence as a daughter and make sure her mother is taken care of in a financial way? So there's just certain things that really makes me wonder: is she the only child? Does she have siblings? Like, what made it such an urgency at this point? Like you said, is she being influenced because Karen is about to bring forth life, or what triggered this? What happened? How long has it been since Sabrina has actually been with someone who she actually liked? Because she was over the pity patting with Calvin, but she genuinely she likes Rich, and so, whew, mm-mm.
Well, Um, Demetria says Sabrina falls for every man she come in contact with or showed interest in her. I feel like every woman on the show does, and I hate it. And that's my
Yeah.
big. That was one of my biggest point in my video about like why Karen can't date Trey. Like, we don't need to use new penis to get over old penis. We don't need to use penis
Those are facts.
period to make ourselves feel better about ourselves. Like, can we just feel better about ourselves? Can we feel solid and then whole and then go and find another whole person to be in a relationship with? I think that that's a fatal flaw of the entire series is that they specifically use males in that way, and I hate the instant shipping of people. I really do. Unless it feels electric from the jump, you more often than not, if y'all are really like watching my videos and paying attention to the content I make across series, you are probably never getting me falling for a ship right away because I just don't believe it. I don't believe it happens like that. I don't think that's a realistic or a sustainable way to date. If you're doing that in real life, you probably are setting yourself up to be hurt and for a couple of visits to the damn clinic. Like, it's not chemistry and sparks and butterflies with every single person you meet. It's not. It's just really not. Mel says, I think it's a combination of seeing Karen and almost doing time in jail. Ooh, I think they should explore that, though. They need to put that on screen. They need to help her have her articulate it.
That's a great point, Mel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else, y'all?
Karen is the youngest. I think she's 20. Ebony is the youngest.
Yes, Karen is 36.
Karen is y'all the same age. Yeah, 36. Did we talk about everything?
Child, ain't nothing happening in this damn episode.
Like,
Besides
you want to talk about
getting on my nerves. You talking about Coca-Cola?
Now, I ain't gonna lie. Gary did make me laugh. Gary did. Got first of all, Penelope.
Stop playing with that man.
Erica, I wish you
She's
could read my
asking
notes.
for it.
I literally put, why the hell are you playing with Satan? Why you keep playing with Gary?
And the way he talked to her like he was a pimp in 1982. What do you? Listen here, Cheeto. Nobody asked you to be this dropped in. Pull up, son. Pull up, because it's giving you actually slapped a picture too. Now, the way he was navigating with her sitting. Why are you looking through my stuff? That's just my fiance to get on my damn nerve. Like, okay, Gary, we get it. You don't like the bitch. We get it. Damn. Relax.
When he saw that man with that, throw this shit away. I said, you don't even want her food.
And Cheeto is so dropped in. I hate it so bad. It's so good. Like, Cheeto is clicking on all cylinders. Like, why are you doing her like this? He be having a stank face on and he mean that shit. Throw that shit away. What? It is not that serious. Whatever little scone that's in here, it's not that serious. Relax. But yes, Penelope, why are you there? What are you looking for? Whatever you didn't get the first time, it wasn't for you to have. You got enough to know that you need to get the hell out of Dodge. Meanwhile, your ass is still coming into the lion's den. So when your head get bit off, I don't have no sympathy for you. Babes, I don't.
I don't either.
And if Andy sent your dumb ass in there, then both of y'all dumb, and you shouldn't be being led by the blind.
Baby. In my mind, I said, okay, you already got the picture of the passport. You already got whatever incriminating information you need. You don't know everything, but you know enough. There is no reason for you to be back in this man's office. I said, this is stupid. This is stupid. This is dumb writing right here. I'm sorry. What are we doing? What are we doing? And what Gary has a warrant? What's that? A warrant? I don't even remember what happened, but I'm like, girl, you
Child,
need to go.
I'm still trying to figure out how Penelope been back to the office 2-3 times and the feds haven't come yet.
At all. Ain't stormed nothing. Ain't raided nothing. Yeah. Ooh, these writers. Oh, I was rooting for y'all. You. And this what y'all done did.
Also, Gary, pick a
Mm.
damn struggle. Are you gunning for Jordan, or are you trying to evade the feds, or are you trying to get Andy back? Pick a damn struggle, because I promise you, you cannot succeed at all of these at once. Top of the episode, you breaking this damn laptop because Jordan gets some press. Sir, you want to be under the radar as much as possible because your ass is going to jail.
Idiot. He was doing too much.
But it's funny. It's funny to watch. He's definitely doing too much.
It
Him
is.
on that cocaina. Him on that white girl, sir. Okay now. Okay. It's laughable that we are here, honestly. It is so laughable that we have arrived at this place with the Gary character. Because just when you thought it couldn't get it bad, it just continues this gets worse.
Oh, it gets worse. It gets worse.
Andy. Oh yeah, let's circle back and be on your ass because okay, cool. You finally focus on work and you want to do some work now because you want to be partner and you a day late and a dollar short, but whatever. You didn't chime in on talking about Karen, kind of, sort of, but I still don't trust it because you ain't have enough energy to shut down because she still feel comfortable enough to bring it up to you, period. At some point, you need to say something, let her know that this is a boundary, not a cross. Oh, you're not going to do that? So then you're still a fucking op. And we want to be worried about Jordan's potential scandal because he's running for an election and somebody else will sleep with a secretary. Girl, you have scandal coming in and out of your ears, falling all out your closet. If you don't shut the hell up, now you're looking for reasons to be unhappy. And when I go back and think of like, oh, well, Fatima was talking like, oh, you just so happy with him, but then be careful, girl, because Gary also made you happy, and go and look into this scandal because it matters. Like, no, one, it doesn't matter. Two, Andy's happy with the magic stick because, girl, what about y'all's life actually aligns? And if you can look at something so minuscule as, oh, you potentially have some dirty laundry in the closet of you maybe slept with a secretary like your component or opponent, meanwhile you were with Satan, ma'am. You actively walk into a relationship with Satan, and Satan had a wife, and you thought the wife was wrong. Like, Andy, get off the damn high horse, continue to do some damn work, and shut the hell up.
You know, Andy, when we want to talk about who's a snob on this show,
Hello.
when she's talking about no scandal. Oh, okay, that's irritating, but I get to that in a minute. I said, Andy, first of all, your ex, who was married the first 6, 7 months of your relationship, is in trouble with the FBI. Secondly, you had an affair with the owner of the law firm that you work at. Not only that, you had a threesome with an unknown woman who you don't even know. You're not thinking about what skeletons could be coming out of your damn closet, and you got a nerve to tell him no scandals, no scandals, right? I said, baby, you talking to the wrong person. No scandals for you. And then for Fatima to say, you were so gung ho on, I love how Jordan makes you happy, how he makes you feel, but Gary made you happy too. I would have said, well, didn't Ian make you feel good too, Fatima? Ian, you was happy with him at one time, right? Because my whole thing with and I really don't be protecting Andy, but there's just certain things it is what it is. I'm like, why did you have to bring Gary up, Fatima? I'm not understanding that. Why you brought him up in this conversation? Please tell. I said, see,
Taylor, because Zachary Taylor is the only man that's worth a damn.
right.
Like hell. Girl,
Yeah,
be for real.
yeah.
But I think
But
that's a great
baby,
point. Like, Ian, honey. Like, let's talk about Ian.
yeah, yeah. Let's talk about Ian. Who
Andy
then
has
got
so
to
many
be
damn skeletons. And girl, your
girl?
skeletons can literally come out and cost him the damn election, but you're literally looking at him like, no scandals. Girl.
Yeah.
But she look cute, as always. Sashay,
Oh,
Shantae.
oh.
Hey, Wednesday Talk, girl. It's going to be an interesting one. Keep watching, but it's a
Hey,
little boring.
girl. Yeah, we wasn't all that. But Erica,
Hmm?
that scene irritated me.
Which one?
I'm like, how many times? How long are you gonna nibble on her fingers? how are they the appetizers? Because they were just I don't know. It gives creep. It just gives very creepish vibes every time I
It's
see
not
them trying to
working.
be somewhat. It ain't, and they keep forcing it, and I mean forcing it. Give it up. It
Please.
ain't working. I said, Lord, I can't. I'm like this scene. Please. When I saw how much time was left, I said, good. We only got maybe 2 minutes on this. If that, I can't take it. I can't take it.
Child.
No, no. Not all
Yeah.
politicians lie. Like I said in my review breakdown, you're lying now, sir. You're lying now.
You don't even look like a
You're lying.
politician, so you already starting to
You already starting to lie. Oh,
lie.
I know why I went back and watched the episode because I was trying to make sure I was right when I said that Jordan was a football player because they all played basketball in high school and college, but he played both sports and he was a pro
Mm,
football player. And I was like, okay, I was gonna make sure I was right. And then in the midst of that episode, what was my purpose in bringing that up? Because it was like he stopped playing because of his wife. Like I said, she had that much pull that he got out of the professional league because he got married. So it was making me wonder if the wife had something on him because that just seemed really weird. You get
mm,
married, so now you no longer playing football. No, so I'm like, I wonder if the wife, if that's the link to this secret of his. But I guess we'll find out.
child. Who the hell knows? At this point, they need to pick it up because they're losing me, and I don't even really care. I don't care what's in Jordan's closet. I don't care that Andy should get this. If she's gonna get this damn promotion, I'm also rooting against her getting it. I don't care what the hell Fatima talking about because she always got some things to talk about that don't have nothing to do with the price of tea of China or her damn law degree. I damn sure don't give a damn what Zach got to say because he did all this screaming up and down through the damn salon only to declare something that he could have sent via a damn text message. Hell, a smoke signal. Um, Miss Lisa is disappointing my ass. Trey, I was never seeing it for you either, but nobody asked your ass. Pam, get it together because you the one holding it down. Daniela, keep on crying in this damn chair until you get to a real goddamn breakthrough, and hopefully you don't lose that man in the damn meantime. Sabrina, girl, run, but I understand, and you gonna get your baby and that man, but I don't know what he gonna look like. And I could just sum that up into just 3 minutes that I just did. Why y'all taking an hour of my
That's true.
life?
That's true.
I'm just
That's
curious,
true.
damn child.
Yeah. I knew we was gonna be on some bull crap when they had that opening scene, went to the opening credits, came back and was on another scene. I literally
But the opening scene going to the damn intro alley with the dry ass tray line and Zach just standing there like you literally just came here to say I wanted a DNA test. Big and bad. You
literally
like Fatima ain't give you no more lines. You forgot the rest of the lines. What else?
nothing, nothing. You ain't got nothing. No, but she didn't tell me to say nothing else. That's all she said she wanted. That's
I
really what it was
can't.
given. That's
Anybody
really
else
what it
want to
was.
jump into the chat and share your thoughts on anything from the episode that we talked about? Go ahead and come into the Discord now as we get ready to wrap up. Now I'm gonna go ahead and drop down to a 3, Ellie. Now that I just summed it up the way I did, I'm gonna go meet you at the 3 that you had gave this
Yeah,
episode
oh, it
because
was
it
a three.
definitely wasn't a 4.
It was a three for me. I'm like, I'm gonna give it a solid three. I'm gonna give it a solid three. And the only thing that bumped it up to Maurice had me laugh. Gary made me laugh. Oh,
I know
I
that you like
laugh.
Grayson, but I don't know how I feel about
No, I don't
if
like
he.
him. I like how he looks.
Oh.
Something about I just like how he looks. I know we didn't really talk about that scene. I really don't remember everything that transpired in that moment, but it just felt like, and maybe it's Maurice's energy too because I guess my whole thing is what is Maurice doing to make you like him so much?
Mm-hmm.
It seemed really weird. And Maurice is very like standoffish. He has a weird way of flirting or whatever he be doing, but it was just weird to me. Like I'm like, if y'all was gonna go in the direction of giving Maurice a love interest, let it be someone that's not super thirsty like the first dude we saw with him, the little light bright guy. And don't let it
Mm-hmm.
be somebody who's just so swooned over him and the audience. don't know the reason why. It's odd. Like, why you like this man so much? And then isn't he some dude that Maurice met over the internet on
Mm-hmm.
his little thing he doing? It's
Yep.
weird.
Yep. Um, TNC Greatness says, "Do y'all think Fatima will hurt or harm Aaron's baby? Because I do. Therefore, I feel Karen shouldn't allow her around her baby." Also, Tony's kids busting on him and Danny about to have sex in the next episode. Yeah, they do bust in. That knew that was coming. I don't think that Fatima will harm the baby. But you never know when it comes to Fatima because she ain't as secure as she likes to play. So, how about this? I would hope that she wouldn't want to harm the baby, but guess what? Karen has a gun license as well, so you can do what you want to do, but just be ready for whatever consequences come.
Yeah, I
All
think
right,
that's the
Mel.
thing
Good
with
night,
Fatima.
boo.
Like, good night, Mel. Like, I personally don't think Fatima would cause harm to a child, but Fatima, the more and more these episodes go by, like she's such a deceitful person,
Mm-hmm.
and I always think about what she told Zach in that episode. Every time I think about you and Karen, I just get so mad, and you haven't dealt with that, and
Mm-hmm.
now to bring a child, like I wouldn't feel comfortable. Like for me, unless we could have a conversation or whatever, I wouldn't feel comfortable having my baby to be there. That's just me.
Mm. Wednesday talk. Hey, boo. You are on.
Hey y'all, can y'all hear me?
Yes,
Hey,
we can.
nice sis.
Oh my God, I just finished the episode. I am so. How did Daddy get back in that salon when she was just at work? Like when
It
she
did pop
came
up out of
from the
nowhere.
back with that toast,
Came from the
I
back,
was
but were
like,
you there when Zach did his little lap? And if you were, why the hell didn't you stop
"Right."
him? Why are you here?
But not even
Yes,
stop him. But you told him to go and do it. So why didn't you just come up and say, Karen, get him a blood test? Like why you didn't stand on them 10 toes that you was
Ooh,
telling him just at the airport?
ooh.
that's a good
And talk
point
about you,
now.
that's my girl, the auntie, we gonna be good. What and why Zach didn't know she was back there? Did they come there together?
You couldn't have come
No, I
there
don't think
together
they
because
did.
you was speed racing your ass over there, calling your henchman, your partner in crime, might I add, and getting the confirmation. I should have believed you all along. It was you, baby. It was you.
It was
You the
you,
one to
baby.
But
convince
wait a
me.
minute. Did
You by
y'all
way of
see how
Daniela, but that you
Fatima
don't even know
dismissed?
that.
Did you wait? Did you see how Fatima dismissed Danny with Andy?
Yes, I
Oh, we talked
did.
about that. Yeah, we sure
Yes, I
did.
did. But she's so chill though. It's so easy to be her friend because like
She
Fatima's just
like
so chill.
she minimized the hell out of her to Andy,
Sure
and
did.
why was she talking as if she was there? He did
You.
not.
That's what Erica.
I said, "Where you weren't there either." And
That's
why
literally
Yep.
do
what
you
I said.
know so bad? Why didn't Zach tell her that Karen said, I don't even want you around in this baby's life? You know what? You ain't the daddy. I don't even want you around me. Why he didn't tell Fatima that Karen said that? Because she would have been jumping for joy at that.
Hello.
And you questioning her, but you know for sure Michael is yours and his mama's a stripper?
Well, they got the test,
They
and
got the
Oh,
Fatima
blood
yeah,
test.
actually
Fatima.
processed that
Okay,
test.
yeah. Guy
Hmm.
Fatima got the
Yeah.
test and confirmed the DNA.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Wow. I cannot believe this. And Andy just sitting there while Fatima is just going on and on about, we need to know, we got to know. Why? What are you gonna do? Y'all ain't giving her nothing.
Nothing.
I'm not giving you a dime
Nothing.
until we who she was like, who is we?
And
He
that pissed
wouldn't
me
even
off too
utter the
because it's
word.
almost as if Fatima was trying to insinuate that Karen was about the money. We ain't giving her no money, nothing until she didn't ask you for nothing.
And Zach said it
She didn't ask
too.
him for a
And she said,
thing.
"Who is we?" He wouldn't even say him and Fatima. He wouldn't even say who we was. I was disappointed in Miss Lisa and Pam. Talking about give him what he wants.
Yes.
For what? You barging in here when you just told him to leave, Miss Lisa. If this wasn't, why she didn't tell him, like, this is not necessary. You came, this what you wanted to come in here to ask her this? Of all days, you had to come and ask her this. And why was Fatima so with it when she was the one that brought the point up to Zach? Like, you think going to her grand opening was a good place to ask her that? But now you all for it? This stuff is not
Right.
making sense to me.
It ain't making sense to me either. The writers dropped the ball these 2 episodes.
And they
Everything
need to
that you
do something
saying,
with Penelope and
Tay.
Gary. I
Penelope
was
gonna
like,
get
I
her
gotta
ass
get.
killed, and I'm not coming to the memorial.
Yeah, it's just at this point, I think, you know what? I think Gary is gonna off Jordan, and Penelope just gonna be sitting around looking like a school mom with a child. I don't know. I cannot get with Penelope. Like, it's nothing. The way Gary even, what are you doing here? And why do you have that? She should have opened that drawer in front of him. She should have. I would have opened that drawer right there in front of him, and I would have took that picture of Andy out and ripped it up in front of his face. He probably would have beat the hell out of Penelope.
Listen, because Pimp Daddy
Yeah.
Gary is on that Andy on that
Yeah.
okay?
Gary on one.
You on it bad. You in the parking lot following Andy with a piece talking about some. That guy was. You know that Andy ain't messing with Jordan like that. Like, they just fake pretend to they probably try to drive him crazy because I cannot see it. I can't see
Child.
it. I
We
cannot
can't
see
see
it.
it either.
The whole thing is a damn mess.
That was all that was worth it. I don't know what Sabrina, I don't know what you call yourself. I don't know why you so excited about freezing these eggs. And when Tony would have said, I think his name Tony,
No,
when he would
Rich.
have said Rich, yeah, because it will work out. The next guy you with, I want you to still be able to have kids with him. Sir, goodbye. Goodbye. Sabrina, are you serious? And what did
Literally.
she come on? I'm like, Sabrina, what do he have to tell you? Like, what do he have to pour hot coffee on you or something, or this Java juice? Like, what are you doing, Sabrina? It's time to go.
Oh my god.
You are
Oh
in
my
this
God.
episode. This scene specifically illustrated where he's at beautifully visually, because you see what excitement looks like in future planning and like goal setting and all of that. You see exactly what that looks like for him, and that same exact thing that could be a mutual thing with you, he literally rejects. He gets all nervous and fumbly. He's like shutting down and closing up and like still trying to be mindful of you but not fully considerate of you, and then runs off every time. Like, he gets uncomfortable and he runs, and it's like, girl, there is no other ways that he can tell. Like, he's telling you certain things and he's physically reacting certain ways. Everything is right here. You will never be able to say that no, he didn't tell you, he didn't show you, none of that.
Yes,
Everything was right here on
literally.
Front Street for you, honey.
Literally congratulated you on your family with someone else in your damn face after he's done playing with you. Like,
That's true. That's a good way to look at it.
Yep.
he's congratulations, you're about to be a mom. So I'll invite you when the new business is open. Okay, he should have just gave her a fist pump and went on. And then when they have on gym shoes, like, what's going on? I'm like, what is some shoes? I don't know. I don't trust him. It's something with him. Jordan is weird. Tony's fine as hell. I cannot.
Tony
I was
is
looking
He
at
is fine, baby.
his voice not deep enough for me, but Tony is fine as hell.
Mm-hmm.
And he thick,
And
thick too.
Danny.
He a thick.
I'm done with
Yeah.
Danny. wanted to cry for her at the therapy office. I was so like, don't put this in front of me because I'm pissed off at her for what she did with that girl. And then you gonna pop yourself back up at that shop. And this 2 days, it had to be. They had on different clothes. Like,
Yeah.
everybody had on different clothes except Danny. So it's hard to see which is the another day for her. I
This
don't
episode
know.
had 2 days in it, so it finished off
Yeah,
with
this
the
episode had,
previous
yeah.
day, and then it went into the next day.
And I'm kind of feeling Trey now.
Why?
I
Girl, what
don't
you like
know.
about our baby?
Trey, I don't know. I didn't like them pants being tight, and I don't
Girl,
like that hair. But
I screamed. I said, "It's those jeggings. What is he wearing?"
I didn't
They
know.
were a little too tight.
No, they was just straight yoga pants. Like, yeah, they were, and it didn't even compliment his frame how tight they were. It just, I don't know about them pants and that hair, but I was feeling him when he saw that lady he was talking to. Like, this conversation over. Wait a minute, dog. You gotta go. She wants you out of here. Zach, like,
Girl,
who you supposed to be?
that little bit of whatever he said paid nothing. Paid Zach dust, and I understand why Zach laughed in his face. I ain't trying to have no man. Like,
Zach wrapped it up, and again, I find it funny that he didn't tell Fatima that Karen said, "I'm done. I don't even want nothing to do with you," but he told her about that dude that was there.
Mm-hmm.
He sure mentioned that to Fatima about the dude, and I wonder why Fatima don't catch on. Like, okay, what did that got to do with anything? What you say
Fatima
about the
don't
text?
catch on because she just as obsessed with Karen as
Yeah,
Zach
she
is.
giving
Uh-huh.
the text.
And
Well,
she
I
wants
don't know.
whatever evidence can feed the narrative that this is not his child.
And
So
I
she's
love
gonna
when
go
she
with whatever.
her whole ass. Oh, I love when she said, "And you bring your whole ass in here, calling me a slut, insinuating
Yes,
that."
girl.
Like, you got to be kidding me. And why are they trying to spin this narrative to make her like the slut? Mofo, you was cheating and got kids around town that you don't know who it is, who kids it is, and all this type of stuff. You got a baby with a stripper. Nothing against nobody that's a stripper, but you got the nerve to be questioning me. You didn't think I was cheating when I was with you so tough, and you wasn't even questioning the baby after you seen me and Aaron getting, well, he was giving her, the oral of it all, but you seen that and you still wasn't questioning the paternity. You was taking my point over Fatima in the beginning. Like, he was so like, it's my baby, Fatima, just leave it alone. Then he came the other day with this, and then you just switched up because Danny told you that she was a 304 in college. And you taking this word from Danny? Do she even know what that means?
You taking the word of Danny, who says that Karen was a 304 in college when you a 304 today.
Currently,
Today.
both of them.
To this
Both
day.
of them. Both of them. Currently, this is y'all current situation. Fatima, you was just a 304 for Zach when you met him and you hit him on a bicycle.
I ain't gonna sleep with you. Busting it wide open 2 minutes later on her own couch to this unhoused man.
Did she ever get
Girl.
that tire fixed on his bike? Oh, she gave him that whole truck from Chain Breakers. I forgot about that.
And then we want to go a little bit further. When her and Zach broke up on Fatima, they weren't broken up a good 5 minutes, and she was about to hop on Paul tip.
And
So I'm like, you
and
might
would
not
that
be
would
calling
have that
nobody
definitely
names,
would have
sis.
happened. That definitely would have happened.
I can't. Oh my God, I can't. I'm like, hell, you halfway there. What you mean you can't?
Uh,
I can't.
please, the
Oh,
camera people wouldn't have been able to pull me off of Paul that day. They would have had no choice but to show me cheating on Zach because they wouldn't have been able to take that scene out. Okay. It come hell or high water, they would have had to call the armed forces to get me off of him. Period. Okay. And that guy that Maurice that was trying to talk to Maurice was fine as heck too.
girl, he was gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Yeah. He was
Gorgeous.
fine.
I think that's all I got for y'all.
I appreciate it. Say you are
Oh,
always
wait,
a
no,
hoot.
no.
Baby, you came and gave. You gave,
Before I go,
which you
I
always do.
have to get this to Danny. I mean, not Danny. To that damn Andy. Andy's hair out. Why haven't they been taking her out of those little yarn pieces? That hair on her, and I like how they have her at work now. That
Working?
her is buttoned up, and her like she not like what she had on when she was out with Gordon or Jordan or whatever his name is.
Jordan.
That's something that she would have had on at the office before. But now, like
Oh, but she
that
only has switched it up now with the
yeah,
partners thing because that little other dress, that little pink one with the little thing on the side that was deep cut, that was way too much. I'm seeing all of this.
yeah.
So it's
But
only the
that,
partner thing. It's a shift now.
yeah, I was about to say that wasn't. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they have cleaned her up. They have buttoned her. That shirt was buttoned up to the top button, but she still was like she was laid, and her hair. That's they should have been had her in that hair. Like
It
that
works.
braids didn't do her no justice. I
Yeah,
hated
it
those
works.
braids. Do her no justice. Like and I like how they cleaned her up at the office, even though I don't think she should be trying to get that job. I don't even know why her and Hayden even fighting about this. Fatima, it wasn't a need to threaten him about it. Like, what is Andy getting this job gonna do for her? You ain't going to school to be nothing but Andy's secretary. So what is it gonna do? And Zach, Andy said, "Don't
Hayden
stress
was
out
leaving the
about
conference
this."
room with a folder.
Good job. You cracked the case. He's working with Gary behind the scenes. The overthrow Andy. You found out everything, Fatima, with that file.
Yes, baby.
Not.
You have located Carmen San Diego. Thank
And,
you.
and then with Hayden with the same thing, telling Gary, yeah, your girl and Fatima was talking in the lunchroom.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Right.
Like, what?
Ciao.
These writers might be Tyler Perry Ghost of Christmas Past or something. I don't know. Something. I think he probably like you know how like some people be so controlling that they won't let people just take over something. I think this might be the case. You cannot tell me that some of this stuff it still has Tyler Perry written all over it. Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Okay.
first 3 episodes were amazing. Like they were good.
Yeah, they were pretty good. They was
It
laid
felt
out
like
right.
it felt like Tyler's hands was off of it. But these
Yeah.
past 2 episodes, I'm like, nah, his hands, both of his hands. As they said, he got the whole
Hmm.
world in his hands. Tyler got
Yeah.
that whole writing room in his darn hands. Cause what the
Yeah, when
hell?
they left out, he definitely came in and put his papers in and took theirs out and balled them up and hid them and slid his little stuff in there. And they probably was all set. They was like, wait a minute, wait a minute. John, did you say that?
Oh man.
Literally. Well, thank you, Tay. I appreciate you
No
popping
problem,
in and
y'all.
cracking us
Thank you
up
for
as
letting me up.
always. Of
All right.
course. Have a good
Bye,
night.
y'all.
Yes, girl.
Y'all, we are about to wrap it up. If you're a member on the channel, I will be coming back on live in about 20 minutes after we get off of this live to do my members only live and share a bunch of thoughts around other things that I'm watching, which has been freaking great. January has just been a wonderful month, so we're going to be talking about that in my members only live. This episode, again, y'all, it was definitely giving dud. It had its moments, but it was definitely giving dud. Hopefully they can rebound. I'm thinking we might get another dud episode in episode 6, and then maybe when we go into 7 and 8, then that's when we start to pick back up. Giving us the DNA results is going to do a world of wonder. I can't wait. Cannot wait for it.
Yeah.
So that everybody can shut the hell up and leave Karen the hell alone. What else? That's it. Zach, what else do you want from her? Because while we getting the DNA out the way, what else? Speak now, forever hold your peace. Because at this point, you cannot play in her face like, oh, she's bothering you, or she's still stalking you, or she can't get over you. Like the way that I get at least 5 to 7 comments a day still that say Karen needs to get over Zach and leave him alone. And I'm just like, well, I don't know what the hell y'all want me to say back to that, because she literally minds her business in this season. Minding her business.
I get them too. I think people just love to say that. I don't. She need to leave him alone. She need to understand that he's moved on. Has he? Has he moved on? Because if you've experienced 3 months of complete peace, this person is not a part of your life, and then you choose her grand opening to go and make a bold statement of "I want a DNA test." You like drama. You like the excitement. You like to get her all riled up. You love it. It used to lead to
Mm-hmm.
sex, I'm sure, but now it's that transferring of energy. Like Zach is like he's like an energy leech.
Yep.
You stick you be around him long enough, he just sucks everything out of you, and not the way that you want him to.
Ooh.
So he just he do too much. And that woman minding her own business. But you know what though? I saw this comment that said, she said Zach. She said I'm a Fatima fan. Zach and Fatima scenes are dry and boring. I liked it better when Karen would show up. I said, no,
Mm.
you don't. No, you don't. But I respected that person's honesty.
Mm-hmm.
You being honest, because I'm like secretly, I think a lot of people like that. She need to leave them alone. But dang, girl, I want Karen to pop up on this episode. I'm sure.
Yep.
I'm sure.
Yep. Y'all want somebody to hate. Y'all want somebody to blame. And Karen Dunn being y'all's whipping girl. And I love that for her. Y'all, we thank you
Me
so much
too.
for joining us tonight on another dope episode of Our Sisters Keeper. Allie, I appreciate you popping in
No
and being here
problem.
for the audience. Y'all, we be loyal, we be dedicated because Allie was not having the best day, but she is still here for y'all. So I thank you, sis, and we all give you your flowers and appreciate you sharing your thoughts.
I'll be on your live for your members only.
Huh?
I said I'll be on your live for your members only. I'll be tuning in.
Oh, okay. Okay. Um, Vonsi says literally, Karen is literally minding her own business and she's the issue, right? Literally. And on that note, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. If you haven't already, join the Discord as we keep the conversation going in between lives as well as breakdowns. Look out for our breakdowns and the previews and trailer breakdowns and all of that jazz. I will still be having New Sisters videos each day. Even though this episode didn't give us much of nothing to work with, but you know, your guesses got you. So continue to support. We appreciate y'all so much. We love having these conversations. If it's anything that we missed, drop it in the comment section down below and maybe we'll make a video about it. It's your good sis you love to talk TV with, and
I'll admit giving it to you when I give it to you, but always at the same time.
we love y'all. Have a great
Love
week.
y'all. Have a good one.